Until roughly 10,000 years ago, human losses to infectious disease were believed to be largely unknown. Before the end of the last ice age, human populations were sparse, allowing small bands of hunter-gatherers to forage for food as they continuously spread out across the globe. Lives would be lost in hunting mishaps, childbirth, and tribe-on-tribe warfare. Illness and debility were of major concern for the hunter-gatherer tribe, since a sick or injured person became a serious liability to nomadic movement and the constant search for food. Until little more than a century ago, and in some societies still to this day, man blamed disease and pestilence on witchcraft, magic, the sins of the afflicted, and the wrath of an angry god. In ancient India, the evil eye and divine retribution comprised the source of many illnesses. Patients were routinely dosed with concoctions of excrement and pulverized insects in an effort to drive out wrathful demons. The ancient Greeks and Romans employed exorcists, shamans, and priests to expel celestial wrath from the sick. Public processions were frequently staged in times of epidemics, involving ritual sacrifices to protective gods. In medieval Europe, peasants and nobles alike believed that disease could be transmitted to the dead. If a sick person could touch a corpse awaiting burial, illness would transfer to the dead and the patient would be healed. This belief in transference explains why mothers crowded around gallows, struggling to get their sick children in contact with a recently executed felon. Roman Catholicism touted the notions of miracle cures, incantations, and a steady invocation of saints. Plague and disease were part of the Lord's will. In the coming centuries, North American Indian populations suffered from the same fate, this time courtesy of English and French colonialization. In one of the most offensive and immoral cases, the English during the French-Indian War deliberately distributed smallpox-infected blankets and clothing in an effort to defeat the warring Indian nation. Smallpox killed half the Huron tribe, followed by similar losses among the Cherokees, Omahas, and Mandans. Indigenous North American population declined in staggering numbers, forcing the enslavement of 20 million Africans to fill the labor vacuum. Not until World War II would humanity experience such severe suffering. Europeans further exported death into the South Pacific. In 1778, Captain Cook's landing in the Hawaiian Islands introduced syphilis and other diseases. Within a century, venereal disease, smallpox, and other epidemics reduced the indigenous population by 90%. A similar dynamic erupted in Australia when the English established their settlements in 1788. Smallpox killed more than half of all Aborigines in Sydney, and within several short years, Tasmanian Aborigines became 100% extinct.